Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So on today's video, we will be discussing 5 key limitations to VLOOKUP. Since VLOOKUP is being used extensively in the data analytics industry, you need to be aware of these 5 limitations to VLOOKUP, and if your data falls in any of these 5 categories, I will be telling you the functions that you should be using instead of using VLOOKUP subsequently in the video. So please stay with me till the end and let's get to the video. So the first limitation of VLOOKUP is that it always looks to the right of the primary key. So for example, if we have this data and we have this data for several employees and their departments. So by using the employee ID as the primary key, I can only look up the departments column, and I cannot look up the first name or last name because first name and last name lie to the left of the primary key column. The second limitation to VLOOKUP is that it always lookups the first match that it finds. So basically, if I want to if I want to map the sales done by Brown in a particular quarter, so if I apply VLOOKUP to this data, to the lookup data, using the columns A, B, C as the source data set, three, and I then to the exact match. So, and if I drag this formula down, the pattern that I will be seeing is that since we have two records for Brown in this data set, it will always look up the first match that it found. So it is looking me up 11,625 worth of sales. Similarly for Johnson, we have two records and it is looking me the first match that it found, which is the 10,000 worth of sales. And similar for Jones, Smith, and Williams. So the third limitation to VLOOKUP is that it is not case sensitive. It does not cater to case sensitive data while looking up data from the source data sets. So for example, we have student as our primary key, wherein we have John in lowercase and John in uppercase, and the grades are different. So I'm using this data to illustrate my point. So let me apply VLOOKUP to this data, and you will see the point that I'm trying to make over here. So let me look up this value using A, B as the source data set, and then column 2, and I want the exact match, and then I press enter and let me drag this formula down. Now you will see that John in uppercase has the grade B, but it is now showing up as A because it does not cater to case sensitive primary key values. It does not cater to that. It only gives me the first match that it finds. Similarly for Chandler, we have the grade as D, and for Chandler in uppercase, you have the grade as C, but it is showing as D for both the scenarios. The fourth limitation to VLOOKUP is that on inserting column in the source dataset, your output values will change and it will show you the wrong column data. So let me illustrate my point by applying VLOOKUP to this lookup data itself. So I'm looking up cell G2. I'm using cells A, B, and C as the source data set, and I want to pull sales, so which is why I'm mentioning 3 over here, and then I press false for the exact match, and let me drag this formula down so that we have the sales number for every name. And once I'm done with that, if I go on to insert a column in this source data set, I will see that my numbers in the output sheet have changed, and they have changed very significantly since it is now showing me the quarters instead of sales, because we have hard coded the third column in the formula itself. The fifth limitation to VLOOKUP is that the last parameter, which is the fourth parameter to this formula, is an optional parameter, and if you do not provide that parameter to VLOOKUP formula, it might give you incorrect values. So let me illustrate my point by let's say I want to find a person whose sales is 1400. So the correct answer should be Brown in this scenario. If I go on to apply VLOOKUP and I look up the sales figure using columns A and B as my source data set, and I want the second column, which is the name column, and instead of specifying true or false, which is the optional parameter in this scenario, I just close my brackets, and then I will see that the name that it has given me, which is Johnson, is the wrong answer. It should have given me Brown, but what it does is it basically finds out any value which is greater than 1400, which is 4200 in this case, and gives me the name of the previous record, which is Johnson, which is why it is reaching out to Johnson and looking up to Johnson in this scenario. So in order to overcome these five limitations, you can choose to use the XLOOKUP function or index match function, which I would be discussing subsequently in my channel. So please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video.